All right. Well, you got off to the start you probably wanted. I know you went cold in that second quarter, but your team battled to the end. Was it just a case that you kind of ran out of gas, or maybe they made just a couple extra plays? Do you think, G? What were your thoughts?
I think I got to give them credit. I think they made some tough plays. They made some extra plays, some tough plays. I mean, they kept attacking the basket. We tried switching, we tried gapping, we tried everything. We let them get too deep, too close, too often, and that's what they do. They're a good team. They had, their big four showed up and scored really well. Udi showed why she's the defending MVP and preseason MVP. I thought she was, especially in the first half. I mean, she ends up 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. The other day, she couldn't even hardly get her shoulder up to shoot it. So, that when she can do that, that also it puts pressure on what you're trying to do defensively. So, I give them credit. They came in, they played tough and made some tough plays and got the split. That's what you need to do.
I'm curious. Do you think that the tempo was maybe a little more in their favor than you would have liked tonight?
Yes.
Or were you okay?
No. We got going way too fast. I mean, this is we played. They came in and they started going up and down, and we started playing at their pace. This is what Fresno wants. Fresno don't care if it's 85, 84, 104 to 103, and we didn't allow that to happen. And so what we're doing, what happened to us is obviously we were getting scored on too much. I mean, we weren't getting the stops that we were getting the other night. So that allows them then to keep that tempo up, and you got to keep scoring. And sometimes, especially in their zone, it gets real tempting to get those early shots, even though at that time they might not be the best shots. And then they went man to man, and we handled it, but then we made some mistakes that we're not characteristically do in our man to man. And I give them credit. They beat us. We battled. We'll go back and look at film, and we got 2 days off, and we'll keep working at it and see if we can get a little bit better.
Did you feel in overtime, G, that there was maybe a little too much standing around when they went to their man? Like the girls almost seemed like they were expecting zone, and there just wasn't the player movement or ball movement. It seemed like you wanted.
I think we were tired. I think we came out the first set we ran the high pick, got a nice easy look. We came back with a high pick. They changed, and then you're right. I just think what happened is I just once again we played a lot of kids. We played some kids a lot of minutes in both games, and I think we got tired, and I think that I'm just going to say I can't. I've got to look at film, but like I said, I think we passed up some opportunities we had during that stretch, and I think we missed some easy opportunities that maybe could have helped us. But that's the way it is. You got to play for, in this case, you got to play for 45 minutes. They did. The other night we played for all 40, actually 0.7 of a second longer than them, and they made some plays, like I said, and like you said, down the stretch, and today they got us.
Talk about Alba's performance today with 27. I mean, she kind of gave you everything she had and played almost 37 minutes, I think.
Yeah, she played 37 minutes. I thought she played very well. She was 5 of 8 from the 3, 9 of 8 from 9 of 8 overall. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Made couple big free throws down the stretch there. And once again for Alba. I'm asking Alba to still this year guard out of position. She's battling 4s and 5s, and then we were trying to switch for a while, so that put her off on one of the twins, and she's trying to guard those guys, and then trying to ask her and Quinn to score a lot of points. That's a lot, and somebody has to step up and help us out in those regards, and that's the other day we got a lot of mileage out of 4 freshmen, and today the freshmen they didn't respond quite as well, but that's to be expected, and we keep working with them, and hopefully by February, if we're still playing, I hope they're at a position where they carry us through these minutes.
When McKinley's at the free throw line, you called timeout in between. She made the first. Did you want her to miss the second?
Yeah. Well, what we were going to try to do is run a little stunt on the line. With those two bigs that we put in the two bigs, we had a little stunt that we work on that we were gonna try to do, and all she needed to do, or all we wanted her to try to do, is miss it off the front somewhere. It's like I told her, she feels horrible, but I said we don't practice free throws to miss. We don't go, hey, let's go to let's go around here and, hey, while you're doing this, try to miss 3 or 4 of them in a certain way. And some coach will say, well, yeah, we do that. Well, you know what? Maybe if we'll be lucky if that happens one more time this year. So I'd rather have them practicing to make free throws instead of worrying about missing free throws.
McKinley back, kind of working her back into it a little bit, slowly but surely.
Yeah, this is her first go since she got hurt and halfway through practice on the 19th of December. So she really she hasn't been able to do anything. Yesterday was her, and we didn't go long yesterday or go hard, but yesterday was her first quote unquote true real practice since that point. And you can't just throw somebody out there and say, hey, I need you to go 25, 30 minutes at 7,200 feet. You gotta, because then to me, I'm just jeopardizing injuring her again in another way. I thought having her back, I thought she played okay. I think she tried to force some things offensively a couple times, but she's going to be fine. I think like I said, we'll take 2 days off here this week because we have to, because the way the schedule comes up, and then we'll get our legs back underneath of us for a day, and then we'll start getting ready for Boise State.
Is this a tough time to have a break? You just had an extended break. You come back, you play these 2 games, which are down to the wire in overtime. Is it tough to have, or do you want this little extra stretch to get ready for Boise?
Well, no, I would rather get into a routine. I'd rather be able to take 1 day off and then do like we do, prep and do whatever, because then what's going to happen for us is we're going to go to Boise. I think we play Monday, Wednesday, then we come back and play Sunday or Saturday, Monday, and then we go right back on the road and play Friday, Sunday. So, that's a lot of games in that stretch coming up. So yeah, I would really like to be able to get into that routine. Where it's a normal conference year where okay, well, now you got this day off. You're practicing 2 days, play. Practice 2 days, play. You got a day off. But it is what it is, and we'll like I said, we'll use those 2 days for some rest, and us as a staff will get together and try to reevaluate what we're doing and see what Boise's doing, and try to go up there and do what we do.
You're about a month in, G. Is there anything that you can kind of definitively say that you've learned about your squad a month into this season and 4 games into the conference?
Well, we're longer than a month. Are you sure it's only a month? Because I tell you what. I don't even know what our record is. So we've played 7 games. Because it says here we're 4-3 and 2-2. We've played 7 games, and I got to be honest with you, David. For me, it feels like we have. It feels like we played 29 games and we're at the end of the season. I know our kids got to feel that same way, and we're still finding out who we are because we're only 7 games in. Because in practice, you know what we are in practice, because of the COVID, we're just going against each other. We don't have gray squad guys to change some things up. So all of a sudden, each one of these games, when you think, okay, well, this is who so-and-so is. Well, then all of a sudden, the next game, so-and-so isn't that maybe. And like I said, we would already probably be, in a normal year, we would have, this would probably be like game 14 or so for us. And so now when you ask that, we would go, okay, we know what we're getting pretty much night in and night out, who's who. There's a few changes here and there. But yeah, we're still kind of, I think, trying to figure out both as a staff and I think players, who they are and what the situation is and different games and how some things roll. And I think what the players are finding out is that every game is a challenge at this level. Just because you win on one night, doesn't mean the next game a day later or whenever you play, it's going to totally change. And you got to come with that same edge, not only game after game, but you got to come with that edge play after play. And I think that that's one of the things that, when we go back and we work on, we got to understand that we got to continue to play every play all the way through the 30 seconds or whatever it may be. And that there's, one of the things we talk about in practice is when you're on the court, there's not a time to rest. Because this game is it's too quick, it's too intense. And, I think that that's one of the things we'll continue to learn and get better at. And like I said, I want to get to a point where we are what you talked about. We know who we are, what we are, given any situation, and we could get our freshmen in so that they get to a point where they're giving us really, really good quality minutes like the other night.